Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to you brothers out on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with fear and sincerity, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shibboleth Chalak Har come back at you with another video. And I just saw this shit. We're gonna play it and get some scriptures, and that'll be the lesson. And I hope you're edified, and I hope you get something out of this.
Library. We are now inside Jeffrey Epstein's library. This chalkboard displays cryptic words. We're not sure what this means. We're hoping you and the audience can take a look at this.
All right, class. This was a blueprint to summon something. Let's break it down. When the plants appear, it begins. They drop in fake influencers, controlled assets, politicians, puppets. That's the first move. Power is a function of force.
When the plants appear, and that's, Neuro 47, Donald J. Trump. He's a plant. He's a puppet, right? He came back into this office of Babylon the Great, America. We know him as Nero 47. Starting with our apostles and idols, the Great Millstone. We know him as Nero 47. But this plant, he was planted because we believe he's the guy, and if he's not the guy after him is going to be even more treacherous than Donald J. Trump, because there's talks to him that he might perish or fake his DEATH and go live on the ground. But for the most part, he's the one that's right now that's looking like he's gonna push. He's gonna be the one that pushed that MOTB to the masses.
Things, money, physical control over your body, celebrity influence, and politics. They run those, they run the world. Now subtract truth from power, and what do you get? Deception. That's how they distort reality. And right under it, mirror and face. They mess with your perception and identity. Then you got music. Names on the board, Amy, Mimi. Could be handlers, could be signals. Either way,
and we know the music should be bought low, right? We coming up in those times, man. Ecclesiastes 12:1 says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Right? So we supposed to be remembering Yahweh Shem Yahushua in these times where even though the evil has been pushed to the forefront, it's been exposed, the skirts have been lifted, Esau has been made bare. We still supposed to remember our Creator, because we have no pleasure in these days. I'm fucking going to work right now, excuse my French. It's 5 in the morning. We got to get up to do these jobs and go to the plantation and be amongst these people, these unbelievers and these Edomites and other nation of people that don't have no clue what the hell is going on. Verse 2 says, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain." It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few and those that look out the windows be darkened. It says, verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sounds of the grounding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's what you see. You see this music, this current music that we have that's pushed upon us is nothing but low vibrational, sinning, drugs, money, women, shake my ass, this and that, blah blah blah. You know, the small hats is all behind it, right? As we people dig deeper and deeper into the Epstein files, you know, they start to realize, you know, that the current power structure in the world is evil. You know, they're evil people. You know, the people that's running the globe today are evil people, and they must be stopped, and they will be stopped. You know, verse 5 says, also when they shall be afraid of which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. And that's what you're going to see in America, because this economy, you know, they're crashing the economy, the debt clock continuing to rise. You got 85 seconds to midnight. You got war. You got pestilence out there. Everybody, I just called my pops today or yesterday, and he was talking about how he had a bad flu, you know. So a lot is taking place in Babylon, you know, and it's going to continue.
Music becomes frequency control. You don't just hear it, it programs you. Next up, time minus delay. That's delta T. It means this isn't instant. It's all delayed activation, like a psychological landmine.
Yeah, because this is warfare, spiritual warfare, you know. Second Corinthians 10 and verse 4. Start at 3. Let's start at the top. 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 1, it says, now I, Paul, myself, beseech you by the meekness and the gentleness of Hamashiach, who is present and based. It says, among you, but being absent and bold towards you. It says, but I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence wherewith I think to be bold against some which think of us as we walked according to the flesh. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Heavenly Father to the pulling down of strongholds. This is a stronghold, right? This is a stronghold that this individual is talking about, you know, with the music and the planters and whatnot, what they do to influence the people, you know, to sway them to, you know, idolize the current devices that is currently in Babylon the Great. In the Apocrypha, it says the devices that come into the world. Verse 5 says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. So what we're going against is spiritual, right? We got the two witnesses, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We got the third witness, right? These Edomites bringing out everything that's going on. And the internet doing the heavy lifting, right? The internet should have never been invented, as one of the Rothschilds would say, because it exposes, the unicorn exposes all the doings of the wicked elite, the top echelons of the top banking families. You know,
You step on it today, it detonates next year. Then you get this, 13 and a half. 13? That's the bloodlines. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all of them. They own the banks, the wars, the puppet governments. But the half? That ain't human. That's the hidden ruler, the ancient force, the god they serve. And this statue on the side? That's him. That's the half. Then you see this equation. Dark plus...
you gotta ask yourself, man, you know, Yahushua, I think is it Mark 4, or it might be Matthew 4. You know, Satan came to tempt Yahushua, right? Hold on. It's Matthew 4 and verse, I'm gonna start at, I don't even know where it's at off the top of my head, but I'll start at 4. Matthew 4 and 4, it says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Heavenly Father. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of the Heavenly Father, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, in their hands, and in their hands they shall bear thee up. It says, they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou shalt dash thy foot against a stone. And Yahushua said unto him, it is written, again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Again, the devil taketh him up into a exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said to him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. And then saith Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only, and serve thy, and shalt him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. You know, soft answer turns away wrath. You know, but I'm bringing this out because this world belongs to Satan. It don't belong to, you know, us. This is not our kingdom. If it was our kingdom, we'll fight. But nevertheless, this world belongs to Satan. So if you have some type of success or you moving throughout Babylon the Great with you know, with a purpose that you know gonna do this and do that. Nothing wrong with having a job and having a little bit of money. Yeah, we get that. But where's your mindset at? Is your mindset on this place? Because if it is, you're gonna go down with this place, regardless of anything, right?
Plus brainy. That's the operator class. Black site minds, predictive engineers, or AI. These are the ones pulling the strings. This whole thing, it ain't a strategy. It's a summoning sequence. A ritual. A formula to wake something up. 13 runs the show, but the half writes the script. It's a god of sacrifice, control, and fear. And this right here, this is how they're calling him in.
Do you think it's still happening? Sacrificing people to this god. Moloch.
This is all right. So you saw it, right? I hope you was edified. I hope you got something out of this. Shalom.